Welcome to another sermon recap. This week we are celebrating Thanksgiving, and usually at Thanksgiving time we celebrate all the wonderful things of our life, our family, our friends, the blessings of this world. But this year, instead, I'm inviting you to focus on celebrating or being grateful for the difficulties of your life, difficulties that we have experienced that have affected deep and lasting change in our lives. Because really, the things that cause the most real change in us are the difficult things that we go through. They might wake us up to something, they might cause us to change our behavior and reevaluate our life and make a turn for the best. Now, to be clear, the Lord does not cause any of the hardships and difficulties that we experience in our life. Evil spirits from hell cause those things to happen, and the Lord tries to prevent them if possible. But if He can't prevent them, He can't prevent them because preventing them would prevent something good from happening. So sometimes the Lord will permit something bad to happen to us because it can lead us to life change that will impact us for greater happiness forever. So that's something to be grateful for, that the Lord is always looking out for our eternal happiness. So he's talked about the story of Joseph in the Old Testament, who had 12 brothers, one sister. His brothers were jealous of him because his father gave him a tunic of many colors, and they couldn't speak peacefully to him. They hated him. They wanted to kill him. But Reuben suggested rather than killing him, put him into a pit. And Reuben's intention was to go back later and pull him out of the pit and save him from death. But while they were eating and while Joseph was in this pit, some Midianite traders came along and they pulled him out and they sold him into slavery in Egypt. And while he was there, as a slave in Potiphar's house, he was accused falsely of trying to rape Potiphar's wife, and he was thrown in prison for 2 to 3 years before he was drawn out of prison, because finally the Pharaoh's butler, who was restored from prison because of Joseph's ability to interpret his dreams, remembered Joseph. And so he was pulled out of prison and was able to interpret Pharaoh's dreams, telling him that there would be 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine, and that he should store up 1/5 of everything that grows during those bountiful years so that they can survive. So Joseph, through this experience, difficult experiences of his life, realized that he rose to great power. He was able to do great things because of the difficulties that he experienced. And so what he did was he got married, and he ended up having 2 children, and he named them Manasseh and Ephraim. And the reason he did that is because Manasseh means forgetfulness. The Lord has caused me to forget all of the pain, all of the toil that I experienced. And then Ephraim's name means fruitfulness. The Lord caused me to be fruitful, to grow basically from these difficult times. So that's the subject this week, is just to remember that the Lord allows us to experience difficult things and leads us through them so that we can grow, so that we can change for the better. And Manasseh and Ephraim, the sons of Joseph, are there to remind us that the Lord will actually, once we get through them, will cause us to forget the pain, but we will become fruitful because of it. We can grow through it. So asking you to examine your life this week, look for the times that have been difficult, that have caused us to grow, to make life changes for the better, because that's the reason why we're here. We're here to work on our eternal growth, our eternal life, our eternal happiness. All right, I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.